Okay, so we're going to be adding sound to our Adobe Animate files. I should tell you that the sounds that you want to add in Animate need to be very simple. You cannot, in Adobe Animate, do a lot of sound editing and controlling the length of the tracks and chopping stuff off the beginning of a song or the end of the song. If you need to do any of that, you should do that in another program like Adobe Premiere or in whatever program you like to use to edit your MP3 files. But having said that, we've got some very simple uh, sound effects that we can put in, and it can enhance your your movie. So let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, first of all, one of the things that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to find sound effects. Now, there's a bunch of websites and things where you can download free songs and free sound effects. Some of them require you to like register. Most of the time, since you're a student, you can download things and use them in class. But if you go to put them on YouTube and things like that, or doing it for a client, you really do need to buy like a license to use them. But for example, here is a great website, bensound.com. And what they've got are a bunch of different songs in different genres, and you can listen to it. And if you like it, you can download it. And they're going to give you two choices if you want to do it with a free license or a pro license. Free means you really can't use it without attributing the source. So you'd have to put a link in there, bensound.com and things like that. If you don't want to put the source in there, you have to purchase a credit. I mean, it's not very much, but anyway, so there's one from music. That's Bensound. And then if you're looking for sound effects, there's a bunch of different ones, but this one seems to, at least it works for me. I don't know if it's going to be blocked on the Chromebooks, but like if you want sound effects, this is freesoundeffect.net. And like you can search, like I searched over here for, you know, you've got all these different ones that you can kind of click on. Let's just say I'm going to look for a bounce sound effect. So Bounce. And it's going to give me a bunch of different ones. Let's see, soccer ball on concrete. Let's see what this sounds like. So you click on it. And then once again, you can preview it. That's just a bounce. And then we can hit, there we go. I think it was control click on the Apple. It might be control or option click on your Chromebook, but you can download the audio file when you click on this area right here. But again, there's a bunch of different websites that you can go to. These two just seem to work for me, but you might have to check around. The Bensound is a really good sound site. And we're going to do a bouncing ball. So I'm going to make a symbol. Okay, I'm going to grab that. And we're going to fill it. And we can convert it to a symbol. Let's call it ball 1. And I'm going to put the registration point at the bottom. And there we go. So I'll zoom out a little bit so you can see more of the frame. So I'm going to do something really, really simple. I'm just going to go ahead and using the motion tween, I'm going to put this off here. I'm going to create a motion tween. And I'm going to go ahead and stretch it out to 5 seconds. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and set up, there's my keyframe 1. It's going to be my keyframe. Whoops. I'm going to move the cursor or the playhead over here to 10 frames. Put it there. And remember, it's making the path by itself. And we're going to come out here. So now it's going to bounce like this. And remember that we can take these arcs and angle them a little bit.
I don't know what it's going to look like, but we'll see. I'm going to play it. And I'm going to go ahead and change this last one to be more like that.
So let's play it one more time. Now I know that there's no physical, logical reason for it to bounce like that, but we're just doing that. So I'm going to come over here to my library, and what I want to do is I am going to drag and drop those sound effects that I have downloaded into my library. I can also go File, Import to Library, but I think, as we discovered the other day, it's probably just best to drag and drop it into the library. So here comes the spring sound, and here comes the song that I've chosen to go with it. So to put the sound effects in, all I have to do is make a new layer, and wherever I want the sound effect to be on that new layer, I just put a regular frame. It doesn't have to be a keyframe. And so now all I have to do is drag and drop it to the stage. And let's see what that's like. There we go. So now all I have to do is do that a couple of more times. So it's going to bounce and it's going to impact there. So again, I'm in my layer 2, which is my sound layer. I'm going to put a blank frame in, and I'm just going to drag and drop on the stage. Up, down, drag and drop it onto the stage. Up, down, drag and drop it onto the stage. Oh, I forgot to put a blank layer. So, see what that looks like. Okay, so there's some bouncing sounds. Now let's add the music. So what I'm going to do is add another new layer, bring my playhead back to the beginning, and here's the song that I've chosen. And by the way, you can preview it right up here. And if that's the song I want, I'm just going to drag and drop it to the stage. And now let's play my video. And it just ends. So that's no good. So for example, if you wanted to, you can edit the sound effects or the music in another editor and say, well, I want this song to be 20 seconds long and I want it to fade in at the beginning, fade in, fade out at the end. We can't do that in Adobe Animate. It's just a limitation of the program. So let's take one more look. All right. And one thing that I've noticed is if you don't rewind all the way to the beginning on your sound, or your song rather, it's not going to play. You have to rewind all the way. So there's nothing wrong with your application if it does that.